Well, hey folks, welcome to the channel. It is all about racing. My name is Mark, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about the Canyon Aeroad CF SLX. My first impressions of it. We'll go through all the details of the bike. We'll talk about the batteries, which can be a potential issue, and some things you may experience with delivery after getting the bike. And we'll talk about batteries, which are very important. Now, this particular bike that I have is the Aeroad CF SLX. It is their middle of the line frame. They have what they call a CLF, bike, which is their top line professional, super bike. A little better frame. The carbon layup is better. It's lighter than this. This is their mid-range. This particular frame comes with either the SRAM Force group set or the Shimano Ultegra. I chose this particular bike because I have had Shimano group sets, for the past 23 years. I've never had a SRAM, so I got this. And guys, I absolutely love it. I love it, and we'll talk about that in a moment. But anyhow, this is an aero frame. It does come with deep dish wheels. It has electronic shifting, so there are no external cables. And it does, as I mentioned, have this SRAM Force group set. Now, one of the things that initially held me back from buying this bike was because the cockpit, being fixed, I had some concerns about. We'll talk about this. Also, the teeth and the arm of the crankset. This being a size 48/35 is an awfully small ring. I'm used to pushing a 52 on my road bike and a 56 on my TT bike. So my concern was that I would have a hard time keeping up with the boys with a compact group set. Now, the rear cassette is a 1032. It is a 12-speed, and somehow with fuzzy math, it works. I mean, I have no problems keeping up. Climbs even better with more ease. I love it. It does come with a quartzo power meter that you can see right there. That comes with this particular bike, which I really like. The SRAM Force group set is carbon. It has this carbon and silver finish, which I quite frankly like. There's a look at the front derailleur, and we'll take a look at the rear derailleur there as well. I think it looks really good, guys. Some people don't like it. I personally do. Now, we mentioned the cockpit, and here's a look at it. This is a fixed cockpit, which means your stem and your bars are all one piece. I personally like it. It's clean, it's smooth. Notice this being electronic DI2, there are no wires that you see exposed anywhere on it, so it is very clean. There are wires, there are cables in there, but they're routed internally, and they go to the brakes, and that is it. You do have bar tape that extends from here up to the brake hoods, and there are adjustments on here. I have this at the most narrow setting. It's a 3-piece set when it comes, and this is about the only piece other than the seat tube that is not assembled that you have to assemble yourself. It's simply 4 screws that you put in at the bottom. It's really easy. Once you've done that, you're set. You can widen it if you choose. Then you have to put more bar tape on it if you do. But I chose not to. I kept it the way it was. I like a really compact cockpit. Canyon does make mounts for either Garmin or Wahoo. You can see I have the Wahoo, not the Bolt, but this is the Roam. And it mounts with just 2 screws right there under the stem itself, and you can see it there. It's really simple to put on. There's a good look at what the head tube looks like. The shifters are sharp looking, they're precise. If you've had Shimano and you've never had SRAM before, it's a bit of a shock. This being not mechanical means these do not move. I mean, they move a little bit, but they don't physically move like the mechanical shifters do. You touch this, it drops the gear. To brake, you push this in just like you would normally. You can adjust the shifting, and we'll talk about that in another video as well because it's somewhat detailed. So, it comes with these DT Swiss wheels. This particular one does. They have all different wheel sets depending upon what you get. These are very nice wheels. They are the DT Swiss. I believe they call these the Pro 1400. This is a 52-inch rim, and they even tell you maximum tire pressure, all the rest of that stuff you got there. On the front with a 25mm tire. It comes with Continental tires. I hate Continentals. They're just a pain in the ass to change, and they believe it or not, no matter what they say, they are prone to flats. I put the Vittoria Rubina Pro, which is not their competitive tire. It's more like their endurance tire, but I'll tell you, they virtually never flat, and they run really well. They also, the Continental tires also have this, it has this tan inner ring, which I just hate the look of that. It makes it look like you've got tubulars on there, even though it's not. It looks very old-fashioned. I don't think an old-fashioned looking tire should be on a new bike. Plus, I like, as I mentioned, I like the Vittorias better, so you got it. The disc brakes on this are phenomenal. You do have a through axle, so you actually pull the axle out. There's a tool that you use to change the tire, so that's a little bit different from a mechanical set. And you do have to grease that a lot, because I pull the tire out a lot to transport it. But you do have the disc brakes, which I really, really like. The frame itself is absolutely beautiful. Kind of give you a look at what the the down tube looks like. It's very, very thick, but it's light, guys. It's really light. I chose to put these what they call these oil slick cages on, because they kind of glimmer and they show purple, and this is a red bike basically with purple on it, so it looks really, really good. This is your front derailleur. As you can see, this is the SRAM Force group. Now, something unique about SRAM is they have batteries. One for the front derailleur, one for the rear, and two in each of the brake hoods. Now, the brake hood have little tiny, like camera-like batteries in there, and I'm told that they will last for about a year. Now, this has external batteries which you charge in a charger. You simply take it out, you pull it out. It looks like that. You've got these contact points. You slip it back in, you lock it down attached, and it's good to go. Now, you can check your battery strength with an app that you download, and it's really simple. Once you do that, you press this button, and you hear the derailleur move. It lights up green, and then you can take a look and it tells you how much charge you've got. It'll either show you green, red, or yellow. Green means you got a full charge. Yellow, you're about halfway there. Red, change your battery. I've been riding these 2 weeks, haven't had to change the batteries yet. The real derailleur works exactly the same way and has an external battery. If you get the Shimano group set, it only has one battery. It is attached to the rear derailleur now. It used to be in the seat post, but now they have it in the rear derailleur, and you plug a cord into it, which means you have to charge it in your garage or wherever you keep your bike. You don't have to do that with the SRAM group set. Now, we talked about the wheels, the 52 front. You have a 62 in the rear, so it is a deeper dish wheel than you had in the front, and also it is wider because you have a 28mm tire in there. And again, as I mentioned, I replaced the Continentals with the Vittoria Rubina Pros. Now, let me tell you this too, and this is important. When you buy this bike, and we're going to talk about the wheels, it comes with Schwab extra light inner tubes in there. They suck. I blew mine out when I put the air gun up to it at the shop. I absolutely blew it out. Replaced them with Continental tire tubes. You don't know that because the tires are on there. All you got to do is fill them up. But I would recommend placing, because particularly if you stick with the Continentals, if you have a flat, you're going to be calling lift, because these rims are tubeless, which they have double hooks in there, and Continental tires are notorious for just being awful. I mean, awful to get on and off. And if you blow it out, you get a flat right off the bat, you're going to hate yourself and you're going to hate your bike, which you shouldn't. So I recommend replacing the tubes right off the bat if you keep the tires. I personally sold the tires to a friend of mine for $50. I just wanted to get them the hell out of the house because I hate them. Anyhow, so that being said, let's take a look at the post. Now, again, the seat post is one of the only other things you have to install. It does come separate. There is a seal on here. And there are tons of videos about, my seat post makes noise, it quakes, whatever. I've only had this thing a couple weeks, so I can't tell you whether it does or doesn't. It just hasn't happened to me yet. It certainly could. There's only one screw, and it's right down here. It even tells you how much torque you have to apply to it. And your Canyon bike comes with a torque wrench that you use for all the screws, and there are not many that you've got to work with. There's only 5. It's that simple, and that is one of them. The other 4 are in the on the cockpit, and it comes with a silly Italian seat with the magnesium rails. Right now, I'm kind of I don't know about the saddle. I'm kind of on the edge with it. I may end up replacing it. It's a personal thing. Also, talk about your pedals. I like the Keo looks. I've always been using those, and that is what I have on this particular bike. Now let's talk about the batteries, and then we're going to talk about buying it and how you can save money. Now, your bike is going to come with a SRAM battery pack. This will be a box. It's inside the big box that you get. It'll have 4 batteries, a charger, and a cable. Guys, I'll tell you what, the SRAM batteries, they may last forever, but they are a pain in the ass to charge. They come with virtually no charge in them. And when I first got the bike, I couldn't get them to charge at all. Essentially, you put the battery in the charger like so. There are 4 lights here. There's a red light, there's a yellow and a green. You know, red means you don't have a charge, yellow means you're charging, green means you're fully charged. It was red for hour after hour after hour. It never seemed to charge. So I thought I had bad batteries. The charger itself lights up, so I knew the charger worked. So I called Canyon. They refunded the price so I could buy a new battery pack. They don't send you a new one. They don't replace it. They just credit your account and you buy one. You send them the receipt. So I did that. Then SRAM got back to me in about 4 days. 4 days it took them to get back. And they said, basically, put the battery in the charger, take it out, do this 5 to 7 times. And sure enough, it worked. And now I've got extra batteries and a charger. You know, all is good. But in the meantime, I had to buy other batteries because I wanted to ride my damn bike, and I was pissed off that the batteries wouldn't charge. And you can buy color batteries. You can get blue if you want, which I thought were kind of cool. They're also about half the price of the SRAM batteries. Also got red, which kind of go with the frame, and I thought they looked really, really sharp. And more importantly, I got a dual charger. That is one thing you will absolutely need. You got 2 batteries, you need to charge 2, not 1. So get a dual charger. It's cheap, you know, 20 bucks, something like that, on Amazon. I got all this stuff off Amazon, by the way, guys. Really easy, quick shipment, as you know, because I wanted the stuff fast because I wanted to ride my bike. Now let's talk about pricing. If you try to find a bike like this made by anybody else with you know, a good wheel set and the SRAM Force group set, you're talking about $7,000, $8,000. This retails for $59.99 with free shipping. Now, when I bought it, or when I wanted to buy it, they didn't have it in stock. They make these things in batches. They only come in a couple colors, and the colors are generally consistent with the group set. You'll have 2 choices for the SRAM Force group set. This is what they call the Hot Salsa, which is red with purple. It was not my first pick, but you know, it was all right. Anyhow, by the time they got it in stock, and they send you an email, let you know that it's in stock in your size, and then you can choose to buy it, which I did. They had reduced the price by $600, so it went from $6,000 to $5,400, which I thought was a steal with free shipping. Guys, I bought this thing on a Friday. By Tuesday the next week, I had it, Federal Express delivered. 5 days. Amazing. Then I went on vacation. Rode it for about a week, went on vacation. I go to races. I review races and model cars, things like that. That's what I really do. And I was up in Elkhart Lake in Wisconsin, and I saw it was another $400 off. So when I got back, I called Canyon, gave my invoice number. They refunded another $400 to my account, or credit to my credit card. So I got this bike for $5,000 US dollars, guys. $5,000 US dollars. That is an absolute steal any way you look at it. Now, another way to save money. I told you I'd give you a couple tips on this. They have what is called the Canyon outlet. If you get on their website and you scroll all the way to the bottom, you'll see, you know, little tiny fonts, and one of them will be the outlet. Click on that. These are bikes that have been returned or bikes that have paint imperfections. And usually they will reduce the price of that bike for $1,000. It might be a scratch, a few chips, and they will show you pictures of what it is. Or maybe the paint and the finish, it's not perfect. I mean, I saw one that was absolutely gorgeous, very minor paint imperfection that you wouldn't even notice for $1,000 off. I had a buddy of mine buy one through the outlet before they had the sale on this, and he got his for $1,000, and we thought he was getting a steal on it. He basically got the exact same bike I have. It was just white where this is red, it had black where this is purple, and it had Zip 404 wheel sets, but he got that through the outlet, and he paid $5 grand for it with the SRAM Force group set. So you can buy through the outlet, and I would recommend you looking at that if you can't get this particular bike. Now, as I mentioned, you can get this exact same frame with an Integra group set. The price is about the same. They do not have a sale on the Integra group set at this time. They also have a lower quality frame with a SRAM 105 group set, or I'm sorry, an Integra 105 or the SRAM Rival group set. And it's basically the exact same frame, just a different carbon weave. And also they have a better one. This is the mid-level frame. This is the Aeroad CF SLX. They have another one called the Canyon Factory, I believe it is a CFR, Canyon Factory Racing, yes. It's a better weave, it's a slightly lighter bike. It also comes with either the SRAM Red group set, the Ultegra the Shimano Dora Ace Di2, or the Record, or the Campagnolia Super Record group set, and it costs about 10 grand. Still a hell of a deal. I have two friends, one that got the same frame with the With the SRAM Red, another one that got the Shimano Di2, and they absolutely love it. Guys, you'll like this bike. I swear to God, the shifting is phenomenal. The braking's amazing. It's a big change from mechanical shifting and rim brakes. It rides fast. It feels fast. The setup is aggressive, and that may take some getting used to. You first get on it, you'll feel like you're crunched up in it, but you quickly get used to it, and you'll absolutely love it. I swear, anybody you have talked to that has a Canyon bike or one of these aero bikes say it may not make you faster, but it makes you more efficient, which means you can cycle harder with less effort. I typically ride with guys where we average 23 to 24 miles an hour per night, and you know, sometimes, you know, I contribute, but, you know, I'm on the edge. With this, I feel like I'm in control. I can pull longer, pull harder. I never feel like I'm under difficulty or under stress, unless I'm climbing 7 hills like we had the other night. But nevertheless, it will make you feel like you're a better cyclist, guarantee you. If you have one, please, in the comment section, let me know what you think. If you're thinking about buying one, and I can offer you any help, I will answer every single comment that I get, or you can email me and I'll put my email address in the link below this video. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Good riding.